Passion projects, directing opportunities, and supporting his family through personal challenges. 90s kids will forever remember Emilio Estevez from the Mighty Ducks, but you might be surprised to see what he's been up to since. Emilio Estevez's turn as hockey coach Gordon Bombay in 1992's The Mighty Ducks was by no means his first role. He'd already made a name for himself as a member of the Brat Pack in the 80s, but it is one of his most popular and something an entire generation recognizes him for. Estevez continued acting throughout the 90s, appearing mostly on TV. In 1998, he played the lead in Dollar for the Dead on TNT. The following year, he appeared as the lead character Dan, a lawyer enjoying a night out, in Late Last Night. In 2000, he directed and starred in Rated X, a Showtime original film about the pornography industry, opposite his brother Charlie Sheen. But Estevez also had his fair share of big screen films. That same year, he appeared in the black comedy crime film Sand with Norman Reedus, and in 2005 starred as Lawrence Powell in the LA Riot Spectacular.
These ain't Vegas odds.
Estevez began to turn his attention to writing and directing projects in the early 2000s. He had intermittently directed throughout his career, from his first directed feature Wisdom in 1986, but the 2000s saw Estevez push himself from actor to director and writer. He directed episodes for several popular crime TV series, like CSI New York, Cold Case, and Numbers. He continued to work with CBS specifically, directing episodes of The Guardian and appearing in an episode of 2.5 Men alongside his brother. Many of his directorial projects, like Rated X and The War at Home, star as family members. In addition to television, Estevez worked behind the camera on films, moving from comedy thrillers like Men at Work to more dramatic projects. He directed the 2005 documentary Culture Clash in America, a little-seen feature with a variety of skits about immigrants. Estevez's 2006 film Bobby was his biggest directorial project to date. Centered around the assassination of Senator Robert F. Kennedy, the film focuses on the hours leading up to his death, as seen from the perspectives of a variety of characters.
Hey, Daniel, what the heck's going on? Senator Kennedy's been shot.
Estevez has a major role, and his father has a supporting role in the film as well. Although Bobby received mixed reviews from critics, it did well on the festival circuit and with industry professionals. At the Hollywood Film Awards in 2006, Bobby won awards for Lindsay Lohan's performance and its ensemble. The movie received Golden Globe nominations for Best Motion Picture in the Drama category and Best Original Song, and it scored a Screen Actors Guild nomination for Outstanding Performance by a Cast in a Motion Picture. Bobby screened at the Venice Film Festival, earning Estevez an important award for his career. He was nominated for the Golden Lion, the highest prize given to a film, and won the Biograph Film Award. The award also marked Estevez's first, and so far only, major accolade as a director. After Bobby, Estevez's next film as a writer and director was The Way. A self-described passion project, the movie follows Tom, a father coming to terms with the death of his son Daniel. Daniel was doing the Camino de Santiago, a pilgrimage through France and Spain, when he died, and Tom decides to complete the journey himself to work through his grief. The Way was well received by critics and audiences alike. Bruce DeMara praised the film for the Toronto Star, writing that its director, quote, takes full advantage of the beautiful mountain scenery, dramatic skies, and ancient architecture to give us moments of quiet wonder. In the years since its release in 2010, Estevez has opened up about what making The Way meant to him. He told UPI in 2023, between wanting to reconnect with my Spanish roots and wanting to honor my grandfather and my son, this film was really born out of that.
Come on, a father-son trip. It'll be fun.
The movie is dedicated to his grandfather, Francisco Estevez, and marks one of the first times Martin Sheen was credited by his birth name, Ramon Gerard Estevez. Estevez and Sheen also published a dual memoir with help from Hope Edelman, Along the Way, Their Journey of a Father and Son, in 2012, describing their time in Spain and their lives over the years. In addition to acting with his family members, Emilio Estevez has also prioritized them in their times of need. In 2015, two major events rocked the director's life. The first came in November when his brother Charlie Sheen announced his HIV positive status on the Today Show.
I'm here to admit that I am in fact HIV positive.
Sheen said he opened up about his diagnosis because people were extorting him to keep his status a secret. But he also said he was embarking on a path to sobriety, which Estevez and the rest of the family had been supportive of.
The family's enormously proud of him.
The following month, Estevez announced in a Facebook post that his father had a quadruple bypass. He noted that it was not an emergency and that the patriarch was surrounded by family. At the time, the actor stated his father would be home for the holidays and would make a full recovery before going back to film the next season of his Netflix series Grace and Frankie in the new year. Like many actors, Emilio Estevez became an entrepreneur. He started a winery, Casa du Metz Wine, based out of Malibu, California. Planting the first vines was what he and his then-partner Sonia Magdeski did on their first date. The actor planted Pinot Noir vines across a half-acre of his property in 2004, which later turned into a wine label. It wasn't an intentional decision, but it turned from a simple fun pastime to a legitimate business. Magdeski continues to be the front-facing party for Casa Dumet's Wines, which is now called Clementine Carter Wines. Estevez sold his Malibu property, which was also home to the vineyard, in 2016 for $6.35 million. This hasn't stopped the production of wine, as the winery still offers wine tastings and boasts a Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, and more. The company also supports a variety of organizations, from the NAACP to local organizations in Santa Maria, California, and Los Alamos, New Mexico. With the rise of Disney's streaming platform came the return of favorite nostalgic franchises. This included the return of Mighty Ducks with the two-season series The Mighty Ducks Game Changers. Estevez returned as Gordon Bombay, but instead of coaching hockey, Gordon now owns an ice rink that has seen better days. Estevez only appeared in the first season. In a statement to Deadline, the actor said he didn't return for the second season due to a contract dispute and creative differences. The Mighty Ducks Game Changers has since been removed from Disney Plus as a cost-saving measure. Before The Mighty Ducks, Estevez portrayed Billy the Kid in Young Guns and Young Guns 2.
Yeah, Billy, what you kill him for?
He was hacking on me.
The original movies came out in 1988 and 1990, respectively, but that hasn't stopped the cast from trying to turn the franchise into a trilogy. In an interview with Collider in 2021, Estevez confirmed a third installment is in the works, saying, "The kid is a fun character to play. There's a lot of speculation about what happened that night in 1881 in Fort Sumner, New Mexico. Did he die? Did he not? And so there's a lot of mythical, historical, and actually some factual things that we can examine if we're serious about going back to that franchise as well." Estevez isn't the only member of the original cast who's commented on the chance of a third movie. Lou Diamond Phillips, who played Jose Chavez y Chavez, told Entertainment Weekly in 2023, "It's in limbo right now. It's not dead, but it's not happening right now." Estevez will write and direct the film, and Phillips said he has read a wonderful script. IMDb noted in late 2024 that the movie was in its pre-production phase, and no release date had been announced. The term Brat Pack was coined by writer David Bloom in 1985 and referred to the wave of young actors who appeared in films like Young Guns, St. Elmo's Fire, Pretty in Pink, and The Breakfast Club. Bloom considered Estevez the unofficial president of the pack. Andrew McCarthy, a fellow member of the Brat Pack known for his work in St. Elmo's Fire and Pretty in Pink, is the mind behind Brats, a documentary about the infamous pack. The intention is to look at where the Brat Pack is today and how the label transformed their careers.
I've never talked to anybody about what that was like.
Molly Ringwald and Judd Nelson declined to participate, but Rob Lowe, Demi Moore, and Estevez all appeared in the documentary. Speaking in a Television Critics Association press tour in 2024, McCarthy said, "I hadn't seen Rob in 30 years. I hadn't seen Emilio since the premiere of St. Elmo's Fire. I was surprised how much affection we all have for each other." Getting back together to work on Brats, McCarthy said, helped him realize he needed and wanted to stay in contact with these individuals and shouldn't have waited so long. Over a decade after its initial release, The Way returned to theaters in 2023. The original distributor of the movie had gone bankrupt, leaving the rights to the film in a courtroom in Delaware. Estevez told Salon, "I got a call from a small independent distribution company. Said, 'Hey, your movie's sitting in this courtroom. Do you need help rescuing it?' I said, 'Sure.' So I set about trying to get the rights back to it. The director was successful, ensuring he had control over what happened to The Way next. Fathom Events re-released the movie in over 800 theaters on May 16, 2023. The showing included added footage of an interview with a talk between Estevez, Sheen, and travel writer Rick Stevens. Estevez told Deadline, "This has grown from a passion project into something else. That something else is a continuation of Tom's story." Estevez shared with Salon that in the next chapter of the story, which he was researching at the time of the first film's re-release, Tom is working with Doctors Without Borders in Nigeria. He's sent on a new adventure when he finds a book with some absolutely horrifying revelations and a supply drop, which causes Tom to leave to find the author behind it. As of December 2024, the sequel to The Way is in pre-production, according to IMDb. No release date has been announced. Emilio Estevez and Martin Sheen continue to make public appearances together, talking about their projects and sharing their creative processes. With the re-release of The Way, the father-son duo gave a variety of interviews discussing the movie's impact and giving an inside look into their lives over the years. On The Jennifer Hudson Show, the two shared that it was important for them to be near family while working.
My folks believed that for the family to actually stay together, we had to actually stay together.
They told Hudson that Sheen worked out in his contract that his family would travel with him wherever his work took him, including far-flung locales like Mexico and Rome. The pair also give talks at festivals and appeared at the Over the Rhine International Film Festival in 2023. Estevez moved to the Cincinnati area in 2019 and now supports filming movies in the state of Ohio. He filmed a recent directorial project, The Public, in Cincinnati.